Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Deb Sofield, and welcome to my Saturday show, Encouragement for Your Life. Encouragement for Your Life is my book series, volume 1 through 3, and they're available on Amazon.com. Just go to Amazon, type in my name, Deb Sofield, and all my books will appear. I've got a great message today, and it's this: our friend, take a chance. I know I preach this all the time, but some listening seem to be too afraid in their life to give themselves another shot at life. Please don't let that be you. Today is your day to step out and take a chance. I'm Deb Sofield. Thanks for joining me. Stay tuned for the next half hour, and let's get started with today's show. I have to admit, I really like today's topic because it's true. And I think sometimes we just need to be reminded of truth in our life. So I've entitled today's talk, Take a Chance. And I don't know about you, but I've seen this poster, oh my goodness, probably 100 times on school bulletin boards, at a coffee shop info board, or even at Whole Foods on the community board. But recently, for some unknown reason, it finally caught my attention. You know what I'm talking about. It's an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and at the bottom of the sheet, it's kind of clipped so you can, quote, pull a ticket. And the headline usually is, Take a Chance. And then each little ticket says, Chance. What I think is interesting is how many little slips of paper just hang on the sheet, waiting to be taken. I guess some folks don't see it as anything they'd be willing to do, take a chance. So they leave the free, life-changing ticket alone. Others probably think it's just for fun and not a real idea or opportunity, because really, who can afford to take a chance nowadays? And there's a few brave folks who will tear off a ticket, stare at it, and then stuff it in their pocket or purse. I don't know about you, but I'm one of those people who will tear off a ticket every chance I get, and I'll put it in my pocket to remind me to step out of my comfort zone and take a chance. Because I think, really, what can it hurt? If I hope for the best and prepare for the worst, or I hope for the best and it doesn't come true or to pass, well, maybe in some strange way, I'll come out ahead anyway. Well, at least that's what I hope for. If I believe that good will come, and then I do my part, then a little slip of paper is just what the doctor ordered for me to be reminded to move in the direction of my dreams. Oh, friend, I'll take a ticket every chance I can, and I will put them in every pocket that I have. In my lifetime, I've taken a few big chances in business, and so far so good. What I learned years ago was you never know the true state of your current situation until you walk into a new place and see what could be. The old saying's true, you don't know what you don't know. But I believe you and I need to keep looking, keep moving, and keep pushing in the direction of our dreams. Oh, friend, I want you to take a chance. Now, why does that phrase strike terror in the hearts of so many people when what they say to themselves in a word or thought is, man, I wish somebody would take a chance on me for work or for love or just in life? We all know that fear has killed more dreams than failure. Everyone has or will, and yet we still stand on the sidelines, hoping and praying and wishing that someone, somewhere, somehow would take a chance and choose us. And yet for so many, they fight the urge to take a chance on themselves or on others. I have to admit, it's odd when you think about it. I'll say I love the Zig Ziglar quote. The word fear has two meanings: forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. The choice is yours. Friends, if you want others to take a chance on you, you might have to let your guard down just a little bit and take a chance on them. Let me touch on 3 areas that I believe you and I need to relook at in order to live up to our aspiration to take a chance. Okay, let's start with your job. If you're sitting around hoping for another opportunity, you might have to step out of your comfort zone and take a chance to seek a new position, a new location, or a new title. I doubt anyone's going to give you something unless you ask and then make movement in the direction of your desire. I work as an interview coach to help people put into words the type of job, opportunities, and salary they'd like to have. It seems simple enough, but in reality, it's hard to craft a message about your worth, especially when so many of us were brought up not to speak boastful about ourselves. But as I tell my clients, if you don't toot your own horn, there is no music. Friend, if you dream of a different job in a different place with different people, here's the truth. You've got to step up and start the change. Being realistic about what you can afford to do within the bounds of taking care of you and your family, you might need to take a chance. Listen, if you're a great employee, trust me, they don't want to lose you. But until you ask for something different, no one can read your mind to offer you another position, opportunity, or chance. It's your job to be bold and ask. I mean, really, what's the worst thing can happen? Be relieved from a job you dislike? Well, I hope you don't dislike your job. But more importantly, I hope you find the courage to take a chance on a job, a position, or the opportunity that you've been dreaming of. All right, I'm going to get more personal now. Let me move to your family. Together, are you having fun? As a family, do you enjoy life? Do you enjoy the company of friends and family, in-laws and outlaws? If not, you're the only one who can change that. Now, with a caveat of your family, you might need to fall back in love again with those teenagers. Let me be a little brutal here. When it comes to family, the most important chance you took is when she said yes and you said, I do. And the two of you committed till death do you part. Am I referring to your family life and enjoying your crew? You're telling me there's not a baseball stadium or a fishing lake or a zoo or museum or concert that you can't find your way to and just enjoy the day and be in the moment together as a family? You know, there's a video going around the web about turning off your social media gadgets and having what they call a tech Sabbath, so you can unplug and re-engage with those you claim to love and care for. So I have to ask, are you happy with your family life? You know, when I ask that question to many of my clients, it seems to cause a faraway look, like they're having to think about it. And then they come back into the present and most say, yeah, we're good. Sure, there's a few things they'd like to change, but overall, most feel blessed, lucky, happy, and loved. And that makes all the difference. For many, they took a chance and had a family. They took a chance and adopted a child. They took a chance and invited an elderly parent to live with them. And they took chances in that moment. And while it seemed hard then, now it seems like life. And that's a chance that they're grateful for. All right, let me talk to you, my friend. First, a tough love. I would be remiss if I didn't say that when it comes to you, be careful about the chances you take. Hear me, you have responsibilities that require you to be cautious, so you don't make mistakes today that you'll pay for tomorrow. Take care of your health, mental, emotional, physical, and I'm going to add spiritual. Take care of your body, your home, your possessions. These are things we don't take chances on. And listen, while I encourage you to take a chance, friends, you take a calculated chance on your success, on your growth or personal development, on wise opportunities presented to you. I know it's hard to find quiet time to just think, to think about the direction of your life, your job, your future. But I gotta say, some of you at some point just need to sit down and map out where you're going or where you hope to go. Because if you don't know where you're going, as they say, any road will take you there. And it may not be where you want to go. And you cannot afford that chance, my friend. What I believe you can take a chance on is your ability to be whatever you want. Take a chance that you are stronger than you feel, wiser than you think, more powerful and braver than you believe. Only you can pull a ticket, take a chance, step into the light. Okay, I admit, I'm a fan of the British version of Who's Got Talent. Night after night, people of all ages step out on the stage into the spotlight and they sing, and their reaction of the audience is usually priceless as they mentally size up the person as they walked on the stage. And then to have their perceptions blown away when a child sings like an angel or an adult sings opera like they've never heard before. And then within 90 seconds, lives are changed. Dreams are either realized or dashed. but they all have one thing in common. Something that maybe you don't have the courage to do. Friend, they took a chance. Think about it. They took a chance on national, or in this case, international television, to make their debut. They took a chance to be heard. They took a chance to be seen. They took a chance to be respected. And no matter if they win or not, they took a chance on taking the stage to take a chance that would change their life forever. Why? Because at some point in their mundane life, they read a sign that said, hey, take a chance. And in an instant, they were strong enough to pull the ticket. Friend, please hear me when I say that I believe today is the day that you should consider setting aside your fear, false expectations appearing to be real. And today, or this week, month, year, take a chance on love, on life, on you, and the gifts and talents that you've been given. Pull them out, dust them off, get them ready. Pull the ticket. Pin it to your vision board, put it in your wallet, leave it on your desk, and be reminded that you need to step up. You need to stop being so afraid. Learn to be brave. Learn to be bold. Learn to be who you were born to be. I can think of no better chance that you could take. All right, I'm Deb Sofield. Believe it or not, this is encouragement for your amazing life. Because, friend, I'm going to take a chance on you and know that if you will just focus, I believe things could change. But that's going to take work on your part. All right, stay tuned. I'm going to go to break. I'm going to come right back. And I'm going to tell you some reasons why you should take a chance. Because I believe you're worth it. Hi friends, Deb Sofield here. I'm a national speaker and an executive speech and presentations coach. I've been in the battlefield of politics and business for over 30 years. I know and understand how the game works. In today's marketplace, you don't have a choice. We're in the media age of Twitter, blogs, Facebook, and 24-hour news cycles. Either you move quickly and decisively to define your product, your company, or yourself, or others will define you. You can't afford to miss the mark because the public won't give you a second chance and the media is unforgiving, and YouTube will replay your remarks until you've been ground into dust. Whether it's crafting your message to protect you or your company, or putting you on camera to answer the questions that will resonate with reporters and the public, or preparing you for an interview, let me help you be successful. I'm Deb Sofield. Find me online at debsofield.com. That's debsofield.com. Hey everybody, thanks for staying with me. I came across an article that I really like by Mark Chernoff, and it's an odd headline because it's 8 chances unhappy people never take. And I want to go through some of these because I think they've got great value as we consider the opportunities we have every day to pull that ticket to take a chance. All right, number 1, take a chance on others by giving them a hand. Think about this. The happiest and most successful people are always looking for ways to help others. Now, the unhappiest and most unsuccessful people are still asking, hey, what's in it for me? I'm tired of those people, aren't you? Ultimately, your greatest success in life will not be measured by how high you've climbed, but friends, by how many people you've helped along the way. See, that's how success leads to happiness. What goes around comes around. You can act like it doesn't, but you know it does. And think about this. It's impossible not to feel good when you're doing good for others. Today, I want you to start to think about how you can help those around you and then celebrate them and their strengths. Lift them up and help them thrive. When you choose to see and support the best in others, oh wow, you will find the best in yourself. I love the next point. Take a chance on your dignity and self-worth. Friends, be strong enough to let go and wise enough to fight for what you deserve. I hate to admit it, but sometimes we all get knocked down lower than we have ever been able to stand up taller than we were before. Sometimes our eyes need to be washed by the tears so you and I can see the possibilities in front of us with clear vision again. Please don't settle. Your life is worth so much more than that. Keep up your dignity and be true to yourself, truly loving yourself. And I believe that involves faith and trust and belief in who you are and who you were born to be, and a willingness to act upon it. Some listening today, seriously, you need to stop daydreaming and start doing. Some of you need to develop a backbone and not a wishbone. Start taking responsibility for your life. Take control. You're important. You are needed. It's too late to sit around and wait for somebody to do something someday. Remember my line, there is no someday. There's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There is no someday. Someday is now. And the somebody is you. The next point is take a chance on imperfection. Listen, if you're always looking for perfection, you will always look unhappy. When you stop expecting people and situations to be perfect, as you define perfect, you can start to appreciate them for who and what they are. Imperfections are important, and so are mistakes. We get better by learning from our mistakes, and we get to be real by learning from our imperfections. Today, be tolerant of people's mistakes. Come on, sometimes good people make bad choices. It doesn't mean they're bad, although sometimes it does, let's be honest. It also means for the majority of them, they're human. Likewise, learn to walk in your own shoes imperfectly. Listen, if you want to truly grow your best self, friends, you've got to let go of the notion of perfection and replace it with the notion of playful exploration. It's better to live on your own destiny, honesty, joyfully, and imperfectly than to try to live up to one of society's contrived expectations that they try to mask with this idea of perfection. I think it's important that we learn to take a chance on the present moment. That was my theme today. Learn to take a chance. Think about this. You sit around and you worry and you ruminate. Oh, you're thinking about all the other people who, quote, have it out for you. You'd be surprised they're not thinking about you. Here's what you should be doing. You should be searching for happiness. Sometimes that's the main reason for unhappiness is because you're not on your journey. You need to enjoy your life today. Don't wish it away by waiting for, quote, better days ahead. I hope they come, but if they don't, have a great time now. Also learn to appreciate and accept things as they are, and you'll find happiness in every moment you live. Some of you who are listening today, you're probably feeling down. I mean, listen, I get it. Life's hard. We've gone through a lot these past 2 years. But think about this. Every minute you waste feeling down is 60 seconds of happiness that you could have turned your life around. Listen, feelings, good and bad, come and go. The trick is to be grateful when your mood is high and graceful when it's low. Every day may not be good, but there's good in every day, friends. And when you learn to appreciate those good things, that's what makes a good life in the end. The next point is take a chance on your heart and intuition. Happiness comes more easily when you feel good about yourself without feeling the need for everyone else's approval. As long as you're worried about what others think about you, in a way, think about this, you were owned by them. Only when you require no approval, you can truly approve yourself. Learn to listen to your soul. Learn to trust your intuition. I just think it will rarely lead you astray. Listen, if it doesn't feel right in your gut, then it probably isn't, people. Pay attention and stop worrying about what you're, quote, supposed to do and start doing what you know is right. No matter how you live, someone's going to be disappointed. I mean, let's admit it, okay? Somebody is going to, quote, act disappointed because they want you to live their way, their standard, their ideal for your life. Learn to live in your truth. And just make sure you aren't the one who's disappointed in the end. I gotta tell you, this next point is good and it's solid, and you need to think this through, friends. Take a chance on doing the right thing, even when no one's watching. See, most of the good things you do, let's admit, they're just going to go unnoticed by others. Do them anyway, because you notice. Many of the contributions you make won't be fully realized by others. Make them anyway, because you realize they're the right thing to do. Listen, it's great when you receive recognition for the things you do, yet Even when there's no possibility of recognition, your heart, soul, mind, body, you recognize that you put forth an effort. Your honest, authentic view of yourself will influence all that you do. And that view is formed during the times when usually no one's watching. Your life is a living expression of who you know yourself to be, regardless of what others think or see. This next point might be the hardest one of all. Friend, take a chance on being a little bit vulnerable. We often keep our heart and mind closed, not because we don't trust others not to hurt us, leave us, or let us down, but because we don't trust ourselves to survive the pain if they do. How ironic, considering that only by opening up and suffering through this type of discomfort do you come to realize your true strength and potential for peace of mind. Listen, take any emotional feeling, love for a significant other, or grief over a lost family member, or fear and the pain of a deadly illness. If you hold back your emotions and don't allow yourself to go all the way through them, I'm going to wonder if you will ever get to the point of being detached from them. In other words, if you spend all your energy being afraid of feeling your true emotions, vulnerability that love, sincerity, and acceptance entails, I'm afraid you're going to be stuck. But by throwing yourself into these emotions, by allowing yourself to fully embrace them to the point where you're in over your head, because you've left no emotion abandoned or question lingering in your mind. Listen, you know what love is, you know what grief is, you know what fear is, and only when you know these things are you able to look back and say, I survived and I'm okay. I'm going to close it out with the last point because I think it's really important that we stick to the big idea of take a chance. And I got to say, for so many listening today, I want you to take a second chance whenever possible. We all need second chances. I think a lot of us would be grateful if we were given a second chance. This isn't a perfect world. We're not perfect people. I got to admit, I'm probably on my 1,000th second chance right now. And I'm really not ashamed to admit it. Because even though I failed a lot, I got to tell you, I've done some great things. And I've tried a lot of things too. Most of the time, the only difference between winning and losing is not quitting, dear listener. We rarely get things right the first time. Almost every major accomplishment in your life started with a decision to try or try again. You get up after a failed attempt. Give it another shot. Some of you would do well to live and learn and let go. Don't hold yourself down with things you can't control. And for goodness sakes, don't carry your mistakes around with you. Instead, place them under your feet. Use them as stepping stones. If you take another step and another, you'll be surprised how far you can go from the point you thought was the end. Every day, every moment gives you a new beginning and a new ending. Friends, you get a second chance every second of your life. Just because something didn't go as planned doesn't mean it wasn't worth your while. Sometimes you fail forward by leaning in and learning what doesn't work to simply discover what does. Life is a journey. Hear me, it's only traveled once. Please don't waste it. Today's moments quickly become tomorrow's memories. Appreciate today for what it is. Make your time count. Make it memorable. Don't let your coulda, wouldas, and shouldas of yesterday determine your cans and your will of today. I want you to live your life so you never have to regret the chances you never took, the love you never let in, and the gifts you never gave out. Yeah, I gotta tell you, I like that article. I think it's important that we stop and we think sometimes because, friends, you gotta take a chance. Some of you are so afraid. You're so afraid of failing, which I think is kind of silly. We all do. And here we still are. So take a chance, pull a ticket, put it in your pocket. And when you become a little bit hesitant or nervous, take the next step. Before I go, I want to share with you just a couple quotes about taking the next step. I found a great one by Michael Kudlitz, and he says this: "Don't listen to anybody. Nobody knows the magic bullet. If they did, they'd sell it and make a fortune. Follow your gut. Follow your instincts. Every once in a while, take a chance." Catherine Pulsifer once said, "Don't be someone who ends up with regrets because you didn't follow your dreams. Take that chance. Take that risk. It will be a memory that will be with you for life. And then I've got this one. Dare to take chances. Follow your dreams. Risk it all. Fall in love. Believe in yourself. Ask questions. Let go. Make mistakes. Start over. Speak the truth. Take responsibility. Find happiness. Live for today. Author unknown. Could not agree more. And friend, that's why I wanted to share this time with you today. I'm Deb Sofield. You've been listening to Encouragement for Your Life because I want to encourage you to live the life you were born to live. I hope you'll join me next week, same time, same place, for Deb Sofield's Encouragement for Your Life. Have a good one, everybody, and take care.